And we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Isyour6covered. I got TR Prepper joining us, and we're talking about Storm Diego that hit North Carolina, South Carolina just a day or so ago, and lots of white stuff falling from the sky. And we're talking about Storm Diego that hit North Carolina, South Carolina just a day. See, it's been a while since I've done a chat. Forgot to do that, but nope, TR Pepper popped out for a second, but it is crazy. Lots and lots of snow. It's been the first day, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday was started off with some rain, or not. Yeah, started off with a little rain, turned into some snow, turned into sleet, and then turned into heavy wet snow. How about you, TR?
Yeah, it started off rain here, turned into freezing rain, sleet, probably about the same thing. We got so much rain beforehand, I was really kind of questioning whether anything would stick or not. But once those temperatures dropped, everything started freezing and sticking, and it got slick.
I got some damage to the well, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but yeah, it's amazing how much snow will I was talking to Bad Billy. I was hoping he'd jump on here because he's kind of living way up there. He's used to all the snow and maybe could teach us a few tricks. But I was worried that my shed roof was going to fall down, collapse in with all the snow. I had a foot of snow, and at first I wasn't worried about it. But after I started looking at it, it was wet snow. You know, the moisture was coming towards the bottom, but I was like, man, this is not good. And as soon as I saw that, I looked over to the dog kennel, and the whole dog kennel roof, which is just not a tarp, but a made canvas thing with some metal tubing, and it had bent all the pipes all the way in. The dogs weren't in there, of course, but I was like, shit. So lots of pulling off of the old snow off the roof. My magic secret of rake and rope was a pain in my ass. That's all I had. I wish I had made one of those things I've seen on YouTube or bought one or something, but that kind of gets into some of the topics I want to talk about as well, about, you know, a little bit about prepping. It doesn't have to be shit hits the fan. It's, you know, a snow event is big enough where people, I went to replace some lights at Ace Hardware for Christmas lights. They were the green cord and my wife wanted the white cord. I went in there wasn't a parking spot available. I drove around it 3 times to find a parking spot, and everybody's buying us snow shovels and all this shit they should have had already. I'm like, fuck, did you just move into town? Like, why are people running around buying this shit?
Well, and especially North Carolina, even though you're just a few minutes from me, it snows there every freaking year. It may not snow where I'm at every year, but it snows where you're at every year.
Yeah. I've had enough snow now in 4 years that I've been here where my snow shovels probably needs to be getting replaced. I mean, there's that much wear and tear on it. Yeah. My wife thinks it's a shovel sometimes, but other than that, she's like, she'll use it for shit. I'm like, that's a snow shovel. It's made for snow. But it's let's see, we got a lot of great people out there. Let's say hi to them all. Start off with Papa's Place since he was the first one up. How you doing? Keith Gregory, WP Warsaw Patriot, New Texican, Bizza Jizza. TR Prepper's out there too as well. And let's see, am I missing? Julia Campbell. Let's appreciate you guys showing up. Yeah, there's we've got 95 inches. I don't know if you guys ever seen my accurate weather station video. I tell you what, I love that thing. Ever since I moved here. Oh, there's the fat man. We need to get him on here. He was talking about lightning. Did you get a bunch of lightning? What was it, Friday night, Saturday night? What night was that, fat man? I think it was Saturday.
I didn't see it or hear it, but I can't say that it didn't happen.
Yeah, he said it was rocking and rolling. He said it looked like a disco when the because the snow's coming down and the lightning's going, you know, and it was lighting up the sky. He said it looked like a disco ball. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy snowstorm when it's lightning.
Yeah, it's freaking nuts. I missed it. I didn't see any of it. He said it was around 2:30 in the morning. Shit, I was finally asleep by then. We lost power at 12 Saturday. Came back 2:30, I think. And then when'd you lose power? Hey, Mindy.
Probably about it was near midnight Saturday night, and it just came on maybe 3 hours ago. So I went from Saturday to Monday, and they even got some shit about doing the MRE videos. I was kind of surprised at that. I was like,
how can you get shit for? I always get shit from the Swollen Monkey. He wants background music. If I'm doing that fast thing where it's a time lapse thing and there's no noise going on, you know, and you see me running around like with my chicken head cut off kind of deal. He wants that. He wants some of that background music.
Need some Benny Hill music.
Yeah, there you go. Now that'll get you copyrighted fast on that one.
Yeah, it would.
Now he says there was no sound, but the flashes were extra bright. Oh, and he just got power back too, so you guys are probably on the same grid. We did get a phone call from the power company. Do you have Duke out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. They said that 700. I don't remember what the other numbers were. 700 and something people had lost power on our grid or whatever. How many inches? I got 12 inches of snow. Now it's heavy snow. How about you, TR?
I'd say a solid 6.
Solid 6.
Officially, Greenville got 4.5, but I'm several tens of miles from Greenville. I'm closer to you, so. But I would say 6. It was 6 or more.
There you go. Yeah, the
wet, and there was a shit ton of freezing rain.
Well, see, and I don't know if you've been watching the weather. We're supposed to get tonight let me double confirm it here, but we're supposed to get in like the 20s or something. So all that liquid shit, because it was only 40 degrees today. It was nice outside, but I think it's all going to turn to ice tonight. So we're going to.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Be screwed.
I think you're supposed to still get some more freezing rain.
Yeah, it's saying till morning we're gonna get snowflakes, but it's showing 30. Let's see, hourly. Let me do that one.
I had somebody comment on one of my videos, but anyway, for those that don't know, I don't know, does that not happen up north or out west or whatever? But freezing rain it falls as rain, but it's at a freezing temperature on the ground. So the rain hits and it immediately turns to ice on the tree limbs, on everything. So you get this coating of ice, and then all of a sudden you have limbs fall, trees fall because of all the ice. And that's what we call freezing rain. It falls as rain, but it immediately turns to ice when it hits something.
Yeah, you know what, the first year we were here, I think it was the first year, we got 16 inches of what I thought was snow originally, till later on I learned that it's not. It's just what you said. It was rain balls, like not hail, just rain, pieces of rain, frozen rain. And I mean, that stuff was so dry, you could squeeze it together and it's just like sand in your hands. Like it would just
Well, no. Actually, when you hear the forecasters here, when they talk about freezing rain, it ain't what you're talking about is more of a sleet, but it falls as rain. If you're outside, if it hits your hand, it's actually wet. It's rain, but it's just that the temperature is so low. I guess at the upper atmosphere, maybe it's a little bit warmer or whatever. That's when you see like the trees just turn into turn white from ice. You know, it's actually rain. It's wet. It's water. It's wet. But as soon as it hits, within minutes, it freezes. So everything just keeps getting coated with this water.
So it's just rain then.
Yeah,
it's just rain.
But the temperature is so cold that I don't know. It's in between. It's a weird phenomenon. You know, it's not cold enough in the atmosphere for it to turn to snow or sleet, so it falls as water. But when it hits the trees and your sidewalk, your banister, and everything else, it freezes over. And this is why so many people are out of power, because it hits the trees, get coated with ice. They can't withstand the weight, and they start breaking and falling, and that's why so many people's out of power. Not because it snowed, but because of the freezing rain is what causes it.
Yeah, the trees basically snapped on the power lines, and then you're done until they can fix it.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. So that first year, then we must have just had a shit ton of sleet, because it was white, cold sand. Like, you could not make a snowball, because I remember the kids, they were trying to make snowballs because they woke up in the morning, and they're all, yes, and they run out there and they're like trying to pack this freaking white, cold, dry ass snow, whatever the hell, ice, and you couldn't do nothing with it. It was like throwing flour at somebody.
Yeah, that's the sleet.
It was a shit ton of sleet that year. It was pretty cool. But it's been you got a good question out there wondering, let's see, who was it? I think it was Warsaw Patriot was asking about your shirt. Where'd you get that at? Nope, he's on the phone. We'll talk about that in a minute. So who else got hit with the storm out there? We got Stump Greenwood, South Carolina. You probably got some. The rain is damn near frozen, and once it stops falling, yeah, it freezes. Big Papa. V Borg, the Fat Man. Hit the thumbs up, people. Yeah, listen to the Fat Man. Hit the thumbs up button. Why not? Let's get crazy. Let's all get crazy and hit the thumbs up button. I'll even hit it. I don't know if I can. Yep, worked for me. There's only 6. There's a lot more watching. Let's keep cracking. You guys are slacking here. Tool Monkey, how you doing, buddy? Roger's probably talking to his little lady. She's a nice sweetheart too, by the way. I've had a chance to meet her. She came over. Her and Roger came over a couple weeks ago. I'm all rocking. I got 6 cases of Pure Leaf Sweet Tea, the big ones, and then just so I don't have to walk over there, I got me a small one because I'm lazy. So there's only 6 in a thing, so I'll probably go through most of those before we're done here today. Tool Monkey's got a new video out talking about his weather. That's for sure. Let's see. Welcome to my world. Yeah, you guys up there towards Michigan and all that stuff. We got Live for a While. He lives up there. Bad Billy 429. Talked to him today on the phone. They don't have any snow. At least Bad Billy doesn't have any snow. I don't know what happened. Somehow you guys hit the fan and blew this shit over this way. So that tea is the best. Mindy, you are correct. Is this the one you drink, Mindy? I wish I could get sponsored by these guys. Sure saved me a lot of money.
They should sponsor you.
Huh?
They should sponsor you.
I wish they would. I had who was it? Somebody tagged me to Instagram for this company, Pure Leaf, and they said you need to sponsor, you need to sponsor this guy. He's always promoting your stuff. I never heard anything back though.
They're like, who? What? No.
What's no? Yeah, I don't like making it at home. This is mobile, portable. I can throw these in my truck. They're perfect temperature when they're in the garage. I should. I do at work sometimes. But sometimes, I don't know, this is like the perfect amount of sugar, perfect flavor. At Isyour6covered, it's on the Fox News channel. What's on the Fox News channel? Did I miss something? Oh, yeah. Violates the Second Amendment right by giving up your social media passwords in order to buy a gun. That's fucking retarded.
They're pushing that pretty hard. I don't know that it's gone through yet, but
all you gotta do is have a fake account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show pictures of kittens and freaking bunnies and puppies.
Okay, Warsaw Patriot, if he still has it up, where you can get this shirt, visit Resist to Tyranny. His YouTube name is Resist to Tyranny, and it's Matt anyway. And I'm pretty sure he's got a link to his t-shirt store, and you can get this t-shirt. And for those that want to know what it says, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Damn it. I'm trying to read it upside down. For I am the baddest motherfucker in the valley. And it's got a picture of AK on
it. You always have those cool shirts.
Well, they either got one of yours or Rick's or yours, Matt's, or seems like there's somebody else I bought one or two from anyway.
Let's see. Yep. They like your shirt. Paraphrase. Yep. Psalm 23. Let's see. Where can I get? Okay. Yeah. So Matt from Resist to Tyranny. Yeah. He should still have his site up, I'm sure.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's still there. That's where my TR Prepper shirts they usually wear. That's where he's the one that made that up for me.
He has quite a few.
They're still there.
So, were you seeing anybody running around crazy trying to get? That's just like I did a video back when the hurricanes were hitting us. I'm like, this is going to happen again, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to happen again and again. So why are you running around finally grabbing gasoline and freaking generator this and milk and bread? And
I don't get the milk and bread. I really don't.
I don't either. Nobody likes milk sandwiches. Like, that just can't be good.
The only thing I can think of, okay, the milk I could kind of understand if you got a buttload of cereal and you got kids, because you can always feed them cereal. The bread, kinda, you can always fix sandwiches if the power's not on. But if it's me, why aren't you buying soup, beans, even if you're not prepared? Why aren't you buying, sardines, Spam, treat meat, Denny Moore beef stew? Why ain't you buying that? What the hell are you buying bread for? I can do without bread. I need substance.
See, I'm a big tortilla kind of guy. Like, I'll eat like spaghetti burritos like the next day. Like, I look forward to having a spaghetti burrito after spaghetti more than I do the spaghetti part for some reason. My wife thinks I'm nuts. I got the kids talked into it. They like it, but I like the tortillas. Right. But yeah, I don't know why people are running around. I mean, everybody in that store wanted propane and they wanted snow shovels. I mean, I was walking around looking at everybody carrying a snow shovel. I'm like, why didn't you get this last year or the year before that? Or hell, I got an idea. Why don't you just get it this summer when they're probably half price? Because nobody needs a snow shovel in the summertime.
Yeah, so, well, that's the thing. My buddy Tool Monkey's out there. The same thing is true with soup. When you go into a grocery store, whatever's on the shelf, that's all they got. There is no back storeroom. I don't care if it's meat, soup, bread, milk. What they have is on the floor. There's a very, very limited amount. They may have a little bit of stuff behind the back door, but it's just a little bit. I used to work in a grocery store when I was a teenager. What's on the shelf is what they got.
Yeah.
There again, who in the hell can't go without milk and bread? I mean, that's the last thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, you're like, is my bottle of tequila and bourbon and vodka?
Well, there you go. Like I said, I mean, if you really worried about feeding your family and stuff, wouldn't you be buying soup and meals in a can? Like I say, soup, what have you?
Yeah, Coda Boy's out there. He's driving to work.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him if he wanted to chat, but then he said he was driving, so I don't want to send him a link because he's probably driving in the snow, and I don't want that on my conscience. So, Coda Boy, thanks for showing up. I did talk to him. I guess it was via text. It wasn't voice, but he had a tree in his backyard that either fell over or was falling over. And so, yeah, even those guys are getting hit pretty good in Charlotte area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say Charlotte got hit pretty good.
Yeah, I can see milk more than anything, but I just don't understand. It's crazy. You will go into the grocery store and they'll be like, if there's any available, there'll be that one brand that nobody likes, or it kind of goes last. Like I went to Ingles just to grab some stuff before, for dinner and crap, and I'm like, well, they've already killed all the bread. I was like, the bread was gone. There was a couple different types of bread left. So, because it was a couple days before the storm, but I'm like, man, this is so funny. Why do people buy milk and bread? But I guess when you got kids that they like their cereal.
Yeah. Like I said, cereal and sandwiches, I guess. I don't know.
Coda Boy, if you're driving, don't be texting, buddy. The crazy Scotsman's out there. Live for wild. SKS Hugo. I appreciate you guys showing up. It's been fun. So my whole day, I don't know what kind of day you had. You had no power. I wanted to be out of the house. So I'm like, I'm going to go pull a bunch of snow off the roof just to stay out of the house. So I grabbed a metal rake and I grabbed a piece of rope. And I kept hucking it up there and just pulling it down, hucking it up there, pulling it down. Probably did that for a few hours. Got some weight off the roof. And my son just made me hot pudding. I don't know if you guys are familiar with. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So I was telling my son about hot pudding, and he's like, "What?" Because all they ever see is like, the kind in the cup or whatever. And I'm like, no, you got to get cook and serve. He was at the grocery store with me when we were looking for bread. No. And he's all, you do what? You cook it? And I'm all, yeah, let me show you the ways of the world. And so hot pudding is how it should be done. But we've had it the last 3 nights, so I'm a little over it already. Probably you guys don't even like hot pudding, but that shit's good. I'm gonna have my tea instead. Hey, Captain Shark's out there. I missed him. Tool Monkey, Vanessa Kitty. TR's on. He's been trying every dried or MRE. He's gonna live off it. He doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna talk him into it tonight, you guys. He's gonna live 30 days. 30 days on MREs only, just to see how he does.
I've already done it.
Yeah, you did that You did that in Iraq, didn't you?
Yeah, in Desert Storm. I lived off MREs for over 6 months. It can be done.
It can be done. I am alive. See, Richard Tibbetts, he knows how it's done.
Well, when the power went out, there for up until yesterday, actually, I think. Let's see, today's Monday. Yeah, later Sunday, I finally got cell phone service. But for myself, even the cell phone service went out. So most of the day Sunday, I had like just enough cell phone service where I might could send a text to somebody, and that was it. So I was stuck here, no cell phone as far as data, like I couldn't even check Facebook or YouTube or anything. I was just here all day with nothing to do. And one of the reasons I did a video on eating MRE because I was hungry, and it's like, fuck it, we might as well eat some MREs.
Might as well.
One of these days I might be able to upload it, but until then, I'm hungry.
Yeah, because you uploaded that, what, Friday or Saturday?
I think, well, the last one I did, I think it was yesterday, Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen the newest one. The what kind of food was that? That was what, freeze-dried food?
No, it was a civilian MRE.
No heater.
Sloppy Joes. Yeah, Sloppy Joe. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I like the chicken fajita one.
I got those too. I started to open up one of those.
Those are good.
Those Everlast.
I don't want any more, bud. You're gonna kill me with chocolate pudding, man. Here, throw us in the fridge. Sorry.
Yeah, Everlast. I have like well, not quite 6 cases now, but I got about 6 cases of those.
Yeah, those I like them. I like them, but they're not good if you're gonna have to. Like in my vehicle, actually, when it broke down, my truck, when it broke down, I was broke down in Arizona with my father-in-law pulling a trailer, bringing my shit from California to North Carolina. We actually ate those on the side of the road. And I don't remember which number I had, but it was decent. I mean, it's halfway decent food. It's the same crap we keep in the fire engine if we get stuck out on the line or whatever.
Yeah. A lot of the newer ones, I mean, they really just taste like if it's some kind of pasta and meat sauce, it tastes like Chef Boyardee can. I mean, like if you get the ravioli or spaghetti or something, it pretty much tastes like Chef Boyardee type food. Most of it tastes like something you've ate before as a child, at least.
That could be real bad.
Yeah, if you can heat it up, it ain't bad. I really never had a terrible one. The only ones I really never had the I say guts to try, and they make it really good, is the omelets. We had the omelets even in Desert Storm, and there was something about an egg that was cooked and it's good for 10 years. I could never open it up and try it. I just didn't have the guts to try it. That's the only meal I never tried was an omelet.
Yeah, that doesn't sound. Now I've had like the shit. I can't even think what the hell they're called. The house ones. What the hell are those called? Open house? No. The dehydrated ones. What the hell is it called? Someone will help me here.
Oh, Mountain House?
Mountain House, yeah. I've had their breakfast ones, and those aren't too bad, especially if you have like, this is where you got to stockpile up in Tabasco and some of your spices to make this shit really taste good. Thanks, Julia. Thanks, Texican. Yeah, it definitely helps out. I mean, I like spice anyways, so having some like Tabasco or something on hand is definitely the way to go. But it wasn't bad. It was like the egg was a little watery, but that could have been because I put a little bit too much in there or whatever. But
yeah, Warsaw Patriot out there says try a Polish MRE, and I've actually watched a lot of MRE tastings, and a lot of foreign ones. They look really good.
I wonder, how do you get those? Do you think you can buy them like at a Army Navy supply place or something?
Well, I looked into one spot to buy them, and they can get expensive trying to get a MRE from foreign nations. I mean, you might have to pay say a 24-hour ration, which is 3 meals. I mean, you may have to pay $50-$60 to get one of those. So you have to really want to try one to try it.
Yeah, I know. You need to find some guy that used to have a bunch and it's like, here, try one of these. Like, I got plenty. Go.
Yeah, all the MREs I have, I've paid like nothing to nearly nothing for. Even the old 90s and 80s ones I have, those were pretty much kind of like free. And those new ones I have, well, I say new, they're 6 or 7 years old. I paid like, they were out of date and just came across a deal on them. I paid like $3 a case for them. That's why I have them.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Captain Shark says North Korea's got the best MRE. I don't remember the fruitcake. I remember when I was a little kid, I was big into like military stuff. Like that was my passion. Like I thought I was going to go into the military when I was a little kid. I'd run around with a BB gun or a real gun, you know, and shoot squirrels and shit all day long. But there was a place called Rancho Army Navy in Temecula, and I used to go in there, and there would be like these old MREs you could get, and they'd have a cigarette in them. I remember that. Like, check this shit out. That was probably to my demise. That's probably the reason why but I was like, yeah, look at that. Disagree. Poland has the best MRE. See, everybody's saying that. See, we need to get a Poland one and a North Korean one and do a contest. Which one works best?
I would say the Eastern Bloc, or is it Western Bloc? Whichever one. Your Russian Bloc MREs, because I watched a bunch of them. They do look really good. They'll have like chicken pate and I don't know, or even I guess it's beef. I don't know. They'll have like pate, a shitload of crackers. Just compared to an American MRE, it looks like a gourmet meal.
A 5-course meal.
Yeah.
Stan says Russian MREs eat you. Garage Guy 879, thanks for showing up. V-Borg, Stan Alch, appreciate you guys showing up as well. Hopefully I've been keeping up with all you guys showing up. Captain Shark, I think. Richard Tibbetts. Nessa Kitty, Dirt Road, what's up, buddy? I think I'm good. If I'm not, type in something on the bottom. And Tool Monkey. Yeah, the Mountain House are good, but they're a little more pricey. I know when I was looking into some supplies, the Wise, I kept going back to the Wise price. And the problem with the Wise one, which isn't really a problem if you don't care, but like I don't consider a meal unless it has meat in it. So like the Mountain House one's got meat in it, you know, a little piece of chicken, steak, or whatever the case is, where the Wise WISE ones, they didn't, it was all bean product, you know, it was rices and pastas, but it never had any real chunks of meat in it. There's Bad Billy 429. He needs to get on here and tell us some tricks to weather.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, maybe you got to have your taste buds maybe a little different. I don't know, but you can. Technically, you're not supposed to be able to buy military MREs, but they're out there.
Oh yeah,
eBay, whatever. But the civilian MREs, like the last one I done, those were all that was MRE. Well, all they done is they repackaged it, and there's just not as much in it. But it's all military type MRE, especially the entrees.
Well, see, and that was kind of the thing I was leading to, was those are good for like your vehicle where you may not be able to boil water. Say you're stuck like I was on the side of the road. You can just heat that up. See, and that's the thing, is I try to always buy the ones with the heaters, the official military ones or whatever that have the heater in it. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a package. You put the thing in the sleeve. you add a little bit of water, and there's a chemical reaction that basically heats that meal up, and it gets fucking hot. So be careful. And but then your meal is actually hot. You know, so if it's a cold night and you're stuck on the side of the road or whatever. The thing I don't like about MREs is they weigh a ton of weight. So if you think you're going to bug out and carry, you know, 6 months worth of MREs, well, hopefully you got a big truck or you got a trailer or something, because the weight ratio of those things compared to dehydrated is like way the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, the cold weather MREs, they actually, most of those are freeze dried.
See, and I haven't come across military freeze dried stuff. I've only had just the ready to eats with the heaters in them.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
We didn't have the heaters when I was in, but even the meals that we had, we would slice them open, and we would just, because of the meal, I don't have one handy. Anyhow, they're bulky, and so we'd slice them open, even if it was like, you know, we're just jumping in a deuce and a half, going to a job. We know we're coming back at the end of the day, unless something happens, and we would just pack what we wanted in our. We still had Alice packs when I was in. And, you know, we would just pack up what we wanted, discard what we didn't want, and just pack the individual packs of what we wanted, you know, and because the MRE is bulky, and we didn't have heaters. What we done, well, I was a construction battalion, so we usually had, if nothing else, we had 2 befores of nothing else. We'd start a fire, you know. We'd use our construction materials. Fuck that damn, we're gonna build a fire with this wood. We're gonna heat up our meal, and or a lot of times what I done, if I wasn't going anywhere, or even if I was, but I knew I'd be back, I'd just take out the packets, even though I got there in the wintertime. It was still Saudi Arabia, so it didn't get that cold, but I just tossed the damn packet on the top of the tent and let the sun heat it up. So by, you know, lunchtime or dinner time, I mean, it was warm. It might not be hot, but it was warm, you know.
Yeah, I've done like burritos and, you know, tin foil, you know, putting them on the motors and stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I haven't been anywhere where it's that damn hot. Throw them out on the tent like that. Yeah, those pack of tunas Tool Monkey's talking about, I've seen a lot of people, they like, you know, and it's just weird that it's not in a can, but it's in a bag, Mylar bag, and then shit, I don't know how long it lasts. Probably lasts just as long, if not longer, than the can.
Well, the thing about the MREs or whatever kind you get, you gotta remember they pack the MREs just like canning is packed under heat. Not extreme heat, but I mean, just like canning, like you can can hamburger, tomatoes, whatever, green beans. There's a process that goes into it. And when they do those packets of MREs, it's the same thing. But instead of a jar, it's just a bag, a really thick Mylar bag. So once it's heated up, sealed under pressure, it's good for years. I mean, I just ate a 30-year-old MRE and it was fine. A 30-year MRE, it's fine.
You think it lost any flavor?
It probably did, but at the same time, it was still pretty. I mean, I guess the most pronounced flavor I got was salt, but I mean, it's just like canned goods. I mean, yeah, they will lose flavor, they will lose nutrition, but as long as they don't go bad, as long as they don't lose their seal, they're still edible and they're still nutritious. They'll still give you nutrition. So if you got a 10-year-old old can of green beans, as long as it didn't go bad, you can still eat it. I don't care what the expiration date is on it.
Yeah, and that's with a lot of medicine too. I mean, people are like, my wife's the same. It's like, oh, this thing's 2 days overdue, you know, and she'll toss it, and I'm like, no, keep that. It's still good. It's still good. There's a lot of people that have tried different types of. This is pretty cool topic here. Got diarrhea, eat a MRE, and don't drink water.
Yeah,
I've had that happen to me before.
Yeah, a lot of people kept asking me if I got diarrhea, and I'm like, MREs won't make you get diarrhea. They'll stop you up before they give you diarrhea.
Yeah, that's my case that I've always had. Was it's the opposite. Like things stop working.
It'll make you regular. You may only crap once a day, but it'll be a good one.
Yeah. Let's see. Dirt Road. Let me do some shout outs here. We got some new people showing up. Lone Wolf 76. Thanks for showing up. WTF SoCal. What's up, brother? I think I got everybody. And Mario Mosen. Eat the cracker and peanut butter. Yeah, those are good. That's for sure. I like the rice one though, man. The last one I had was a Mexican. It was a Mexican like fajita something or other, and it came with some tortillas, and it was pretty damn good. It was pretty damn good.
The newer ones are a lot better. They really are. I guess I don't know if it's good or bad, but they figured out the preservatives and stuff they need to put in them. That one I ate the other day, the corned beef and hash, there was like 10 ingredients. I mean, it was like straight up just like beef, potatoes, sodium, just a few things. But now the list of ingredients is like this long on the package.
You're like, what is all this shit?
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, they got a lot more variety.
Yeah, I know people used to do a lot of trading. I wasn't in the military, but I had a lot of friends that were, and they're like, there was a lot of swapping. Give me a 22 for a 12, like, because they would like that flavor, or I can't remember what the numbers were, but like, oh, you got a 26 or you got a 11. Let me have the 11. I'll trade you 2. It's like bartering. It was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, back when I was in, you knew the numbers of which one had Tabasco. Got into the newer ones, you know which one had the M&Ms or whatever, and you just see the number and know, okay, yeah, that's what I want.
Read above. Let's see. The cause lactose. Lactose from milk dairy products. I need to go up farther because I guess that's it.
Yeah, Mario says the corned beef hash. The corned beef hash is good. And I had somebody comment that if you could fry it up on a skillet, which I guess you could use your canteen cup, if you had an open flame, it could fry it up. I could see where that would make it even that much better. The corned beef hash is good. They should have never stopped making that one. That's a good one.
Well, corned beef hash as a whole, basically, unless you're making it fresh, comes out of a fucking dog food can anyways. Like, like it's made to not be like magical. It's made once you heat it up and fry it, then it becomes magical. That's what I order when I go get breakfast a lot of times is corned beef and hash. And, it's like, it's not magical unless it's done right. Like I tell them, well done, like toast that, you know what I mean? Like give it a little crunchiness to it. That's the way to eat that shit. Love it. The Redneck Prepper, thanks for showing up. Robin Jones. There's it's kind of funny because people are jumping on going, hey, how many inches of snow did you get? We're like, we already went over that. Roger got 6 inches of snow. I got 12 inches of snow. And a whole bunches of it.
And I will say the Waffle Houses around here for miles, because I was kind of craving Waffle House. I went out today. They were so packed, even on Monday. I guess a lot of people out of, places called out of work or, places shut down. The Waffle Houses were packed. there was a line waiting to get in Waffle House, and I ended up going to Arby's or something like that. Well, I did go to Arby's, but I was like, damn it, I don't really want a Waffle House that bad, but I was kind of craving it.
They got good shit. I love going to Waffle House. I tried their steak a couple times just to try it out. You know, like you go into it knowing it's not going to be magical. Like it's going to be a thin piece of meat.
Yeah.
And it's going to taste good. And it's going to be like fried on a grill. So it's not going to be like, or not a grill. What would you call that thing? A skillet?
Kind of a skillet grill. Yeah, not a grill. It's more of a.
Yeah, not a barbecue kind of grill.
And you get your eggs over medium, mix it in with all the hash browns and all that. It's just like you make your own little thing there.
You should have came over yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? You know that, I don't know if they sell it. I would assume they sell it where you're at. It's called Nice sausage. Comes in like a square.
Yeah.
That shit is so good. So what I do is I make patties with it and then do eggs over easy, you know, and cheese with a muffin, you know, English muffin deal. Yep. Oh, man, that shit's good. The kids can smell that from a mile away. They come hauling ass.
Yeah, the Nice is good. That's good sausage.
Yeah, I like that stuff because it doesn't jack up my stomach. All that Jimmy Dean crap and all that stuff jacks me up bad.
Yeah, the Nieces is it's more of a local type of thing, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say local, but it's more authentic. The Jimmy Dean shit, I mean, who knows where that shit's made? You know?
WTF saying we went to Golden Corral. It wasn't Golden Corral. It was freaking it was Cracker Barrel, fool.
Oh, Cracker Barrel's good.
Yeah, I like Cracker Barrel. Snowflake victims. Yeah, we got our ass beat by snowflakes. Can you believe that shit? I got so many damn snowflakes around my house and on my roof. I don't know what to do. I'd start shooting, but then I'll have holes in the leak.
Oh, SoCal. There's Golden Corral and fucking Cracker Barrel. Hell no, they're not the same thing.
Not even close to the same thing. Golden Corral
has real food.
Golden Corral's like a buffet, non-flavor. Rick, go to White's Butcher. Where's that at? What town is that in? Is that the one in town right here?
Might be.
There is a butcher in town. I haven't been in there though. He's like, I got to go to breakfast in the Gurkha. That was awesome. Let me send old SoCal a link. We'll smack him around a little bit and tell him Golden Corral is not even close to Cracker Barrel. Let's see.
Yeah, I told Mike you said that whatever that butcher is, he's in your area.
Okay.
I remember when I was younger that my dad would go to a butcher and buy like, you know, half a side of beef. When I say side of beef, half a cow. You know, as a local butcher, you go buy half a cow and pack your freezer. You know, did that like once a year or whatever.
That's the way to do it. I used to. Well, my kids were in 4-H, and I'd buy a steer every year, and then we'd butcher it, or we'd do a pig, and it just makes it. The meat is so much better. You get the sausage however you want it, flavored. It probably costs maybe about the same, a little bit less, but you're getting a better quality.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're getting better quality meat, basically. But unless you've ever done that before, like when you go to Costco and you buy fillets, you know, and they're the big son bitches anyways. Those, you know, one steer doesn't have like, you know, a whole shit ton of fillets. I mean, there's only yay amount on both sides, and it's like, so when you get your steer, you're like, man, where's all the fillets? And they're like, that's it. You're like, damn, that sucks.
Don's out there.
Hey, Don. Dang it, Chad.
Robin, Chris, Do-It-Yourselfer, Lone Wolf 76, HRM. We got a big audience out there, man.
I know. It's cool. I'm glad everybody's visiting. That means most of everybody's got power.
Yeah.
You just got yours, what, 3 hours ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Everybody wants to BS, have some fun.
I was so bored. I was just kind of laying around. I was laid in front of my heater, my kerosene heater, with the cat. He was curled up with me, and the power come on, the lights come on. I was like, awesome. We got power now.
Yeah, isn't that exciting? I got to figure out a way. Let me see if I can go over here. So, see that freezer right there, TR?
Mm-hmm.
The plug that it's normally plugged into on that wall, that doesn't work, but the generator runs that garage door opener thing. So you see that cord coming down?
Yeah.
So in the wintertime, not all the time, but like when it's like shitty weather like this, I'll just plug it into that. So when the generator kicks on, it'll keep that freezer going. Parlusk, he lost power too. I watched his video. I like that Jeep, by the way, Parlusk. That thing's badass. But yeah, he kind of talks about it too, is why it seems like, why is everybody waiting until the snowstorm to get, item X? They already know it's going to happen, especially the hurricanes. They just drive me freaking crazy when I see people running around stupid, driving around town trying to get, item X, Y, and Z when they had all damn year. That's crazy. None of y'all have a generator? I got a generator.
Yeah, I got a generator too. I mean, it's just there's just, I mean, I didn't have a dire need for electricity, and there's only, you only run a generator for so long anyway. So it's like, as long as I could eat, as long as I could keep myself warm, I didn't really need to fire up the generator. I got a wood stove. I got a kerosene heater. I got a Coleman stove so I could cook with or heat up water or whatever I need to do. And yeah, I could fire the generator up, but it really wasn't going to do me. It's there if I needed it. If I was in dire need, yeah, I could fire my generator up. But I mean, I got a 6,000 watt generator, but for the most part, I just didn't really have a dire need for it,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, and that's kind of the thing too. I was talking to one of my neighbors up the street, and his power went out obviously the same time mine did. And he's like, yeah, I didn't even turn mine on because it was nighttime. Everybody's sleeping anyways. And I'm like, if I didn't open, as long as the freezer never got opened and the refrigerator never got open, and the power came on in the morning, I don't think, everything would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I want to go shut the generator off? I'm like, if it was like a grid down thing or something where everybody heard my generator running or whatever, then I probably would. Man, that thing's a big son of a bitch, and it runs and it echoes throughout the fucking valley. Like it's saying, hey, I got power.
Well, if it was just refrigerating stuff, in this situation where it was a snowstorm, anything that you're worried about, just take it outside and set it in the fucking snow.
Exactly. I actually had some shit outside. So I opened this big old jar of apple cider. Hey, John, WTF SoCal. What's up, buddy?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having me on and ignoring me for 5 minutes.
No, I tried to critters. I mean, you just take a cooler, you stick a cooler outside, and you put all your, beef and, any meats and eggs and stuff like that you're worried about going bad. You put it in the cooler, you set the cooler outside. It's already freezing temperatures anyway. You don't you know, you don't have to run a freezer or whatever. I mean, that's like I said. That's why I never fired my generator up. It was just like, you know, the biggest thing I was worried about was beer, and I actually had a couple of cases of beer. I just set them outside. I left them outside. It's like, fuck, it's 33 degrees outside.
That's like the perfect temperature for beer right there. It's like
that's
automatic
what I like.
beer. That makes it beer weather.
Shit, my iced tea outside, and it's ready to rock.
Exactly.
I gotta say hi to Comms Prepper. He's out there, and old Red October. He probably wants you to say something because he typed it in here. So I don't know if you get a chance.
Yeah. Rick, is your 6 covered?
He loves that shit. Let's see. Oh, Comms is back in Bolivia.
He back there? I thought he was back here. He was back here for a bit.
Yeah, I thought he was.
I knew he was heading back there, but I couldn't remember when exactly. He decided it'd be a really good idea to call me at 9:30 at night and talk about deep, dark, misunderstood VLAN routing for fucking something or another. I'm like, yeah, okay, let me see if I can gather some thoughts here.
Hold on, let me wipe these sleep boogers out of my eyeballs.
Those are the Scotch boogers in my brain. Fucking me up.
Those are big ones, Scotch boogers. Hey, at your Costco, so the Costco by Roger has a freaking alcohol there. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. It's right next door to it, like in the same building.
Well, I don't know if they have liquor. I know they got wine and beer.
No, they got everything you'd ever want. Trust me, because I spent $400 in there.
Okay.
It's attached. It's Costco alcohol, but you have to go in a different door.
Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome, and the prices were way better than even the ABC stores. All right, enough of the alcohol. I was just very impressed. I'm like, yes. Getting ready for New Year's, you know, you got to get some cocktails.
So wait, you were saying you can in North Carolina you can get
South Carolina.
Oh, in South Carolina they don't have the ABC store rule thing.
I think they do.
I gotta learn all this stuff, man. The ins and outs of liquor in North Carolina.
No, they still have the ABC rules. What Rick is saying is they have a ABC store attached to the Costco. It's still part of Costco, but it's a whole separate little store.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Which is better, North or South Carolina? For what?
About the same. Actually, yeah, they're about the same. I should say they're the same. Because we still have ABC stores here in South Carolina too.
Did Combs ever answer me? Oh, he did answer me. It's right here, buddy. I've been waiting for many of years.
Hey, Parlesk showed up. That's cool. Yes, I'm thinking about moving out that yonder way. Somewhere between Rick Ray and TR.
Yeah. Awesome area.
On the heels. So
has your wife seen snow fall, John?
Never.
Oh.
She's been in snow, but never actually seen the process they're in.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what your text said, and I'm like, oh, I don't think she's seen it fall.
If you actually read it carefully, like word by word, you might have better luck. Don't skip the words.
I read it backward. I take every other word.
Yeah, I know what you do. It's just like you watch videos. It's like you watch the first 13 seconds, the last 13 seconds, and then do some random comment.
Not true.
He watches at least 15 seconds. Come on.
Okay. If it's 20 minutes long, I'm probably only going to watch 19 and a half minutes of it.
Or here, back to here, then forward, then back, then forward.
I do have to admit, I hate making long videos, and I've made a couple of them here lately, and I'm like, damn, I just don't know how to fucking shorten this up.
It takes a lot of, like, I don't know, when I used to do those Big Meat Sunday videos, man, it literally 3 hours of filming I had to smash into 10 minutes or less. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, I like those 10 minutes, but what about these 4 minutes? These are really good 4 minutes.
I feel like you're saying, hey, I need to explain this, but it took 3 minutes. fuck it, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. That's why when you get a comment, you're like, I burn it steak or it was raw. Well, you know, there was more time than 3 minutes of cooking in there, right?
Yeah. When I cut, there was like 10 minutes there.
Yeah. Of course, the way you cook it, you know, it could be just a couple minutes there on that steak.
Hey, you know what? A
little Dracula,
a little like movement in a steak is good.
Red October. He says, what's a good average length for video? Honestly, if it's something good or if I'm trying to learn something, I don't mind watching 15 minutes. But if it's just something, then yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah, if it's random bullshit, it better be 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah. If it's something that's very educational, very entertaining, informative, it can be 20, 30 minutes. If it's something I want to know and you're showing me something or teaching me something, yeah, I don't care if it's 20 minutes. But if it's just random, hey, I bought this new set of hedge clippers and it's a 20-minute video, guess what? I ain't watching it.
You pull a Rick and just like start the video, type a comment, and then give it a thumbs up and move on.
I watched your video, at least the first 14 seconds of it.
No, I know. It's cool.
Come on, I watch your damn video.
I know. I'm just giving you shit for no other reason.
I'm still scared to even show this thing yet.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
I don't know if I can. He said
I want to get mine. I still have mine sitting on a shelf, and
I want to give it some super love.
I want to get it like one of those display boxes for it. Mm-hmm. Put the certificate up in it, and then mount the flag in there, and that'd be cool as hell.
I'll give away a little bit of it. So, a great friend on the side channel there, no names.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool that you say whatever you want now because he's no longer in, so to speak. He's retired.
So he's done.
Yeah.
Can I say who it was?
Yeah. But, I mean.
So Comms Prepper sent me, along with a few other individuals, and I'll hide my name, obviously, but this is a certificate for this beautiful flag that is perfectly folded. And this flag right here hung at the United States Embassy in Kabul, Afghanistan. So it was flown there, and that is just freaking badass. So now I guess I can let the cat out of the bag. I'll have to work on doing a real video on that, but thank you very, 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 very much.
Yeah, I have to admit, of all the gifts and things I've received from YouTube friends, a flag that was flown on a U.S. embassy and then get a certificate authenticating that it was flown on a U.S. embassy on foreign land, that has got to be the baddest ass fucking gift I've ever received.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think all three of us got them, including a few other of our clan, so to speak. And when I received it and read kind of the preamble at the top of the certificate, actually kind of teared me up just a little bit. Just pride and country, and you know, it's some patriotic shit.
It is badass. Cool. It sucked though, because it was like, here is something super badass that you can't show anybody. I was like, oh. Oh, he wants me to read the preamble.
It is awesome. Yeah.
All right, I'll read it. Be it known by all, this flag was flown in the face of the enemy, illuminated in the dark by the light of justice, and bears witness to the removal of terrorist forces threatening the freedom of the United States of America. It was flown with great honor and pride over our nation's embassy, where each day Americans fight the global war on terrorism in remembrance of all who lost their lives. Flown on April 15th, 2018, United States Embassy, Kabul, Afghanistan, in honor of Rick Is Your Six Covered. I changed that up a little bit. And then has my last name on there. And then it says, let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we will pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, in order to assure the survival of the success of liberty. And that was quotes from John F. Kennedy, that last part. So pretty damn freaking cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Because I sure did.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at how that preamble was pretty bold and just saying, you fuck with us, we will fuck with you.
We will shoot your ass down.
We will fuck with you back better.
That's right. We'll be good at it.
We'll be good at it. We'll be better at it.
We'll be way better at it. Warsaw Patriot, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Daniel God is my judge.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my comment in the side chat, but you were mentioning you had an in-town butcher that was pretty awesome. Have you been there yet?
I've driven by it a couple times, but I haven't been in there.
Hey, stick your face in there and see what they got. Ask them, just see what they have in the prime section. It's just because we're going to eat like kings when we're there. I'll be doing a lot of cooking, I have a feeling, but that's cool. That's why I'm there. Learning some stuff about stuff and then doing some favors for my friends.
Some stuff. You guys should have showed up this week, man. It's a snowy, it's really pretty, but after I've been shoveling that shit for a day, I'm like, make it all go away.
All I have to do is wait 2 days. It'll melt on its own.
I know. It's heavy snow, though. I took a bunch off the roof. I was worried.
No,
more gooder. We're more gooder. Columns prepper. No,
you're fine with. I mean, your roof has a super steep pitch too, dude. You'll be fine.
Jenkins.
That's one my buddy Tool Monkey said is up in. He's in Flat Rock. So. Oh,
okay. Maybe I haven't. I don't think I've been to that one.
No, I take it back. Forest City. Yeah, that's a little bit further away. Never mind.
Isn't Flat Rock south of Hendersonville? Southwest of Hendersonville?
I forget. Forest City. I'm not sure how close that is to Rick or not. It's been a long time since I've been there.
No, Flat Rock. I'm trying to get in touch with my inner Hendersonville and surrounding. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Flat Rock's a good place. Flat Rock is
flat.
That's in Rick. It's in the area.
There's really nothing in Flat Rock though, besides I don't know, 10 stores and
yeah.
I guess there's a butcher in there somewhere.
No, Forest City. I was looking at the picture. Tool Monkey sent me a picture that said Forest City. I'd have to get my map out to remember what Forest City was. I've been there many times, but it's not super close to you. So
yeah. I looked it up on Google, and there's a place up in I think northwest Asheville that supposedly pretty badass. They actually have classes on how to butcher meat. So if you buy like a half a cow or a half a pig or whatever, and plan on kind of cutting it up for steak or what have you, I'll teach you how. It's kind of cool.
It slices, it dices.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the western, anywhere western North Carolina, you're good. SoCal, you would be close because North Carolina is not all of the state. If you look at it,
yeah, especially that end, it's pretty narrow. Yeah. But the prospective job I have might be real close to Asheville Airport. Yeah. So I just kind of don't want to stray too far from that. It's so silly there. The roads, none of them are straight. And, you could be like 6 miles from something as the crow flies, but it still takes like a half an hour to get there.
Well, there's a sign just half a mile up the road from my house. Asheville is only 45 miles from me. And that's on the road going 65, 70 miles an hour. So I'm like less than 45 minutes from Asheville. And Rick's even closer than that. So
yeah, and I'm too close. I'm 35 minutes too close to that place.
So you're good, even if you go to Asheville or near Asheville.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm trying to escape that atmosphere. I don't want to like embrace it on a different side of the country.
Yeah, friends don't let friends drive all the way over here to move to Asheville.
Yeah, Asheville is like I don't know how to word this.
I can.
Correct, but it's like it's a mini California.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of long-bearded
San Francisco.
Yeah,
it's like the armpit of
There's
California.
a lot of hipsters. There's a lot of white guys with dreadlocks. And,
yeah,
they play.
I told you guys about the person I saw at the airport when I flew back home last time I was there. I think it was from the farm when we were there. It's like
you did tell me.
Freak fest, dude. It's like this full-on hipster, had like a man bun, long blonde beard, with like this eyeliner and freaking pink. Like, what do you put the stuff on the top of your eyelid? What's that? I don't know. Is mascara or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
And like had like lipstick on, pretty earrings, and this like sweet little blouse and tight yoga pants. I'm just like, what the fuck is this doing here? I just left that.
They don't even have that there in I don't think I've ever seen that in California. It's like when you mix a tree hugger and like a lumberjack, but doesn't know how to use an axe, and like I don't know what to call it.
Freak fest.
There's a lot of that in the upstate of South Carolina and in the I'd say a little bit north of me, at least what I've seen in North Carolina. These I don't think that's the right word, hipster, but kind of hipster or whatever. They're riding their mountain bikes and they're environmentalists and they're this and that, and they got their beards. And it's like, you motherfuckers couldn't turn a fucking screwdriver. Get out of my way.
I know.
Yeah.
I think funny. It's just the new. They're just hipsters. The old hippies.
It's a combination.
Reborn again.
Yeah, it's a combination of a yuppie and a hippie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny.
They think they're mountain men. They think they're environmentalists. Like, we're one with the environment. It's like, no, you're not. You just know how to walk a trail, and you eat your fucking oatmeal cookies and bran mix, but you're not one with the earth whatsoever.
No.
That's what cracks me up, as I swear, like growing up in California, when I go way up north, there would be guys that look like lumberjacks. They'd have the beard and the flannel t-shirt and shit, but they were actually lumberjacks. And then
they were outdoorsmen.
Now they're lumberjacks with no axes and chainsaws because they're afraid they want to hug the tree more than cut the tree down. So I don't know what the hell it is. They're just hipsters, hippies. John Rambo calls them hippies. That's KSU go.
Yeah, they're not lumberjacks. They're lumberjones.
They're yupsters, as Com says.
Joan lumber lovers.
They can play those drums though, man. You get in the middle of them freaking drum.
Fuck yeah, hacky sack and drums, baby.
Hacky sacks and drums and some I don't know, some granola, and party on, Garth.
I know.
Sounds like some folks over the mountain in Waynesville. Yeah, pretty much.
I know we was talking about the power being out. I didn't really think about it at the time, but it kind of made me wonder. I could actually see them from my yard. Duke Power was working on power lines, across the highway. I mean, it's like it's like 1,000 yards from me, but I'm up on the hill. I could see him. And my power was still out then, and I just kind of curiosity was doing some target practice. And so I went outside and I was shooting a gun, and it kind of hit me. It's like, I wonder if them motherfuckers thought I was shooting at them. Because I know like 2 or 3 hours after that, my power was back on.
They're like, we need to get this son of a bitch power now.
He's shooting at us. Get the power going. Go, go.
Plug that shit in. We're out of here. Let's rock and roll. Crazy Mohawk dude on the hill is fucking shooting at us right now. That's funny.
I will say that I did some trigger work to one of my CZ clones. Put a fiber optic on it and did a trigger job. And it still don't hold a candle to that damn Glock that I borrowed from you, Rick. And yeah, we're gonna have to do a trade.
It's a great gun. It really is.
That thing is accurate. I mean, me standing offhand shooting it, it was like shot the Glock, I had a pattern like that. Shot my CZ, I had a pattern like that. And I was like, okay, there you go.
That's all trigger. If you take a CZ, I think, this is me personally, the ones that I've shot in, I can shoot a better group with a CZ than I can a Glock. But when you start adding the trigger stuff to it and getting a nice clean, crisp, and you're not moving around you can get better groups. Because
haven't you shot either anybody's orange, Roger?
No, I have not.
I thought you shot one last time at the farm, but that's probably like one of the nicest CZs to shoot because it's single action and it's got a big, long, crisp trigger. I mean, not long travel, but long as in pendulum. And there's no slack, there's no take up. It's just click, 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 click.
Dude,
awesome.
Well, like I said, I have felt some of the higher end CZs as far as dry firing, but I hadn't shot them. But that trigger on the Glock that I have in my possession right now, that is Rick's, holy shit, dude! You wouldn't even know it was a Glock. I swear. I mean, it amazes me every time I pull it out. I'm like, this is a fucking Glock? Are you kidding me? And then it's a long barrel, so you got a little better sight picture, a little longer sight picture. And as much shit as I've gave you Glocks over the years, that motherfucker's a nail driver. Really,
it's a good shooter. Well, you got a better barrel in there too, I think.
Yeah, you got the custom barrel in it too.
Yeah, that's a good little kit right there.
But I compared it. I didn't do a video, but I compared it. And my CZ is an aluminum frame, so it's a really light gun. And the recoil, I could tell. I mean, I used the same exact ammo when I shot the Glock. The recoil, I mean, it's a long slide, don't get me wrong, so that's going to absorb a lot anyway. But you still got the 40 Smith & Wesson springs in it. And so it just kind of barely gets back in time. I mean, the shells were just like 2 feet from my leg. I mean, it's just barely getting it, but it's enough. But when I shot the CZ, it was shooting the ammo. I mean, the case is way over there. I felt all the recoil. So my follow-up shots were slower. There's a lot went into it but at the same time, even no matter how hard I was trying, I shot a better group with that Glock. And I'm first admit it. The Glock outshot the CZ that I own. The CZ clone, Connect, but that's a damn good shooter.
I like it. Looks like John Rambo has basically the same. He's got the 35 with a 9mm conversion barrel. Ding still barely consistent at 90 yards.
Well,
I don't know. They're all good. if it freaking goes bang bang, and it feels good in your hand or whatever the case is, I tell you what, stock, the VP9's got a great trigger in it. I mean, like straight up stock. That's a great gun. Yeah. I do like that one.
I really like my VP9s too. Yeah, I have a big old pile of them. I love those damn things. The SK is even the compact. It's like exactly the same gun. It's just a little bit shorter. That goes with me everywhere, every day.
Everywhere.
Every day with my VP9. Yeah.
Billy's got the Shadow too, and he loves it. Both awesome pistols with awesome triggers. Yeah. All those single action, I like those. I haven't shot in like 4 weeks. This is bullshit. First it was building a shed, now it's snow apocalypse.
And I'm working Thursday, so I can't go to the outlaw match that you got going on.
Well, hell's bells.
I'm not going to say who it is or his name or whomever, but you should go visit. No, never mind. I'm not even going to say anything. Let's just move along. Nothing to say here. Forget about it. There's an empty range somewhere over there off of that street by that one place where there you can get ice cream, you know what I'm saying? But that's enough about that.
I wouldn't go over there unless that certain individual's there. Let's see. My last 2 guns shot. Killing deer.
And you're all that.
Actually, John Rambo, he did a video. It's probably been a few months now on it was an AR platform. I don't know what caliber it was in, but he did like all wood stock and furniture on it. It was freaking sweet. I like that gun. That was a pretty one. Keith says the Walther PPQ has a great stock trigger. Yeah. Aren't those very, very similar to the VP9 though? They're kind of cloney, right?
I'm not sure.
I have a 20-year.
You can't compare anything from HK to anything. It's in HK, period. Enough said.
6.8. Yeah.
Didn't you get a USP? Somebody got a USP in the crowd.
Not me.
Maybe it was
I haven't bought a gun since the last Infinity I got.
Yeah, me neither.
The only 8K out.
Did you end up buying those that you can't use yet?
Yeah, both of them.
You're such a dick.
I'm dead. I'm anchoring myself in a freak state, so that way no other reason.
Hold on to those for you so I can shoot them?
They're in good hands. They're just fine.
So what you did, you forced yourself to move.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he can't have them. Hey, why don't you just
somewhere else? You
should just get an address so you can start your permit process for your suppressors.
Maybe I was thinking about maybe we can write a rental agreement and I can rent a room from you, and maybe I'll get my own cable TV bill going. They can deliver service at your house even though you already have it.
I don't have cable. I don't have any.
You don't have cable modem? Well, you must have a cable modem, or is it DSL? No, it's not DSL.
What do I have? It's made by AT&T.
Oh, you got,
okay, so you have it's not fiber to home. It's probably a what the hell?
No, I don't have like all the TV. I didn't buy all that shit. I just bought just internet basically and phone.
Yeah. Do you have a DSL link?
Yeah, it's not DSL. It's what do they call it? Fuck.
No, we have shit service out here.
That's what I got.
I don't have direct TV.
Yeah,
it's basically it's through a cable line. So I don't know, cable, I guess.
Okay, so it is cable then.
Now they have it's fiber optic.
Yeah, Rick doesn't have that, pretty sure. But it's called fiber to home. or
I don't have the good
Gigverse or something. I don't know what they call it, but
when I was in California, I was spending like $250 for internet and phone and all the bullshit. And I'm like, I ain't doing this. I'm moving. I don't give a shit if I don't can watch TV or not. Like I bought a little like high definition antenna thing, and whatever we can watch, we watch. And then on the internet, we watch. We can get like Apple TV, all that stuff just through the internet. I'm like, I ain't paying the TV people for this shit. Fuck them.
Yeah. And I was looking at houses, in the places I am. A lot of these places, they're kind of off the beaten path, kind of like, they're not in like suburban type areas where like you are, where it's kind of housing track around, a more populated area or centered next to a city or whatever. And I'm looking at the internet speeds and it's like guaranteed 10 megabits a second. I'm thinking, good Lord, that is exactly 30 times slower than what I've got right now. I'm just I don't know if I can do this, man. I need my internet.
Carolina, you got to slow your pace down anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's funny because I get off the plane and everything is just like kosher. And just driving around in that city, it's like everybody's going 10 miles an hour into the speed limit. Normally, I'd be crawling out of my skin screaming at everyone. But it's like when I get back there, it's like somehow it's okay.
That's right. I got nothing to do, nowhere to be, and only to have fun. I love landing on the airport in Greenville, Spartanburg. I'm like, as soon as I land, I'm like, America.
Yeah. I feel the same way every time I cross the Colorado River going east.
Like my smile just gets coming just when the wheels, as soon as the wheels, and they're like, and everybody moves forward like 6 inches.
The wheels actually don't make that sound. That's just in the movies.
I'm right here. Planes make that sound. I hear it every month, twice a month.
They don't.
I've actually had some people from, like out of state or whatever, riding around with me, and not necessarily in town, but when you get into the outskirts and you pass somebody on the road and they'll like throw the hand up, and they're like, "Oh, do you know those people?" I'm like, "No, I was just saying hey." Anyway.
Exactly. I could be driving through my neighborhood and I know this person see me. It's like I'm the only white Rubicon in the freaking neighborhood. I saw you yesterday and I waved at you either or as well, and you still they just freak out. They're like, "Do you know him?" "I don't know him. Why is he looking at us? This is really creepy." It's like, no, I'm just saying.
Why is he waving at kids? Get inside.
But it's like different. You go up on we go 4-by-in. Every single person that passes another, they wave. All of a sudden, it's a friendly friggin' mentality when you're up there on the hill. But just city folk, they're a bunch of buttholes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good night.
Well, you get that when you're biking too, and not bicycle pedaling, but on a motorcycle, you get the little finger. You throw a little, "What's up?" "What's up?" And every motorcycle you pass, they'll either throw their hand up or throw their finger out. "What's up?" All right, Rick locked up, or is it just me? No, I see SoCal's fan moving.
I had to correct Vanessa. She knows like everything about everything, but she screwed up, so I had to like correct her. It's like the first time she probably ever made a mistake.
See? Internet.
Up, down, up, down.
Up, down.
Down.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go drain some Pure Leaf and then be right back.
Sweet urine. Smells like herbs and sugar.
Well, how's the job prospects looking, SoCal?
I have none, literally. I was really hoping to have a word with my prospective future employer, but I don't know if the individual will be present or not while I'm there. I'm hoping he is, because I know I can sell myself pretty damn hard almost instantly. But without that conversation, I'm going to actually just kind of start looking through, job boards and, monster.com and LinkedIn, stuff like that. I'm sure there's plenty of opportunity somewhere between, up in Asheville, there's lots of, I wouldn't call it industry, but there's more business than there is probably in Hendersonville. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of like being a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. The computer guy, I could travel anywhere on the planet and still have a job. It's just a question of finding the one I want.
Indeed is another one to look at. I don't know how they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Indeed is a good one. That's a big one now. And as far as tech jobs like that, I don't know what the best one is. I know for like my my skill level, what I do, Indeed is a good one, but there may be better ones for IT kind of guys. I don't know.
I'm an IT kind of guy.
Yeah.
Tool Monkey says your IT sucks. So, well, all right, maybe I can get a job at your place because I'm pretty fucking good.
Well, they hiring motherfuckers left and right.
I'm not a programmer though. I'm an infrastructure guy.
Well, yeah, these guys are just keeping up with the damn network, and yeah, they're not programming. They're just keeping security down because they're worried that somebody might find out that we make plastic parts. I guess.
Oh, no.
Shit, I could tell them that.
You make plastic parts? Oh God!
Good Lord, not plastic parts.
You're gonna get hacked.
That's it. You guys are making 80% lowers over there, right?
I wish. Me and Two Monkeys all the time. We were bitching all the time. Damn it, we don't make nothing I need.
Yeah, nothing like Bausch & Lomb's little contact holder containers.
We'll make those, but I don't wear contacts, so it don't do me no fucking good.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like shit you don't really want.
Yeah.
Tony's out there.
It's funny. Tool Monkey's like, come work with us. Most people like that work at companies hate their IT guys, especially if they're good at what they do, because they keep you from fucking the rest of the network up, which typically involves you from fucking around on the internet.
No, let me tell you something. I work for a government, right? And the IT guys are the guys you don't ever fuck with because you can be erased, never have worked there ever, and no source of anything with your name on it can it ever exist again if they just bloop, screw Rick.
That's not true.
You're fired. You're
done. They can't do that because there's all the right reasons to keep records of what a jackass you are.
I watch YouTube videos all the time at work. It's like sometimes I don't comment. I'll watch those videos, but I'm at work and I'm not logged in. I'm just watching videos.
Busted.
I'm like,
if I go to work there, I'll hook you up with a private network, your own gateway. They won't even know you're at work.
No, you want him to be at work always, so he gets a big old paycheck.
Well, if he's getting paid by the hour, that's kind of against, at least in California, it's against the law. They have to pay him overtime for any time he accesses any company resource, regardless of where he is.
No, we don't have that.
That's just some gauge.
Well, are you salary or hourly?
I'm hourly.
What's SharePoint? These guys are talking about SharePoint.
Yeah, we got that.
SharePoint's like a collaboration tool that kind of it's just that it's a SQL based collaboration tool. So if you got a bunch of people like working on documents or spreadsheets or PowerPoint presentations, plans, Visio drawings.
All right, pretend I didn't ask that question.
All right,
it's like a cloud that's shared by everybody.
Yeah, it's a place to put your shit so everybody else can see it.
Yeah, but it's a fucked up system I got at work. It's all I can do to log into it because it's just so fucked up. And anyway, it's like Tool Monkeys. What he's talking about? He's talking about something that I did to this mold to repair it, but the only way I can tell company that I did this to this mold is I got to share it to SharePoint where everybody in the fucking world knows what I done to it, and it's like nobody fucking gives a shit.
Yeah, it's for records keeping. It's cover your ass is what it is. So when the machine fucking explodes and they go to sue the manufacturer of the machine because it killed 3 people, they can go back and show them all the maintenance records and all the shit, and it's all a nice one convenient place to document dump. And Hillary had the exact same thing, and I'm telling you this. You can't delete every fucking email on an Exchange server and have it just vanish. No, it doesn't work that way.
I'm so glad she's not our president. Good God.
Yeah, I don't care how hard they're going after Trump. And I don't care how flawed Trump is. God bless him.
Here's to you. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's to you, Donald Trump.
Donnie J in the house. No pun intended.
I would rather have a flawed president that's a man and speaks his mind and may fuck up here and there and say something he shouldn't say.
Like Obama.
No,
not even close to Obama. Obama was he's a globalist, and he was always a globalist from the get-go. He was bought and paid for. Trump is not bought and paid for. Trump is like, oh, fuck that. We're going to do this. And I appreciate that.
2 of you guys accidentally hit thumbs downs. I appreciate that.
Was Rob in here? I didn't see Rob.
Sure it wasn't.
It was probably people really wanting to know about the storm.
Recap.
A bunch of white shit fell.
No.
And that was it. There you go.
There it was.
Laughing at us up north.
When's the sun coming out?
All I know is we got more snow than Mr. Holster, Live for Wild, and Bad Billy 429.
Steve caught, not Steve, I shouldn't say that. Uncle Buck contacted me and said that we got more snow than he did, and he's in Ohio. So,
yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, but the difference is the snow that he got is going to be there till April.
Well, John Rammer got 20 inches of snow. Damn, that's a lot.
I was looking at houses in Saluda, and there was a really cool place that caught my eye up on the top of this hill. It was borderline. I see you shaking your head, but it was bordered by, I can't remember the phrase that is the catchy one in North Carolina, but it's basically conservation space or something to that effect. It's like land they can't build on ever. And have 15 acres right at the top of a hill, plenty of room to build a shooting range. I was like, this would be awesome. But it turned out Saluda got the most snow out of anyone else around you guys. They got like 20 inches or something.
Dude, Saluda is a cool little town. I mean, it's nowhere. I'll go ahead and give you that.
Yeah.
It's on the way to nowhere. You don't pass through Saluda unless you're going to Saluda. But that is the coolest little town. I visit it often. It's a little tourist town, but man, they got. It depends on where you're at there, but Saluda is a really cool little town.
And again, this place is out in the middle of nowhere, up on the top of a hill. No internet. They don't even offer it.
Well, no, that's a negative. That's a negative.
Big negative, especially if you're a YouTube guy.
Right.
I have to go down the hill. I need some Wi-Fi. I'm gonna go find a Starbucks so I can upload this video.
Starbucks. You know what the grapevine is, right, SoCal?
Well, here in California?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's exactly it. That big ass grade of the grapevine is going through the Saluda Pass, basically. You're on the top of the hill, but man, you are in the middle of nowhere. Chico Wise, what's up, buddy?
Good Lord, there's a lot of Chico.
Good Lord, Chico Wise. What the hell? Inside Freedom? Have a tea on me. I appreciate that, my friend. You don't have to do that. That was good.
I need to start doing these live videos. People throwing money and shit at you.
Good Lord, it's Christmas time. Daddy needs a new gun. Thanks, Inside Freedom. Congratulations on your marriage, by the way. The Dirty South. Yeah, I was cracking up. Chico was on Foreign and Domestic last night, and he was talking about his, I don't know what it was, PO7 or something. And he called it the Dirty South version or something like that. The color, limited edition color, and it was a black one. He was all, this is a Dirty South version. I was dying.
Chico's good people. I like that guy.
Yes.
I like everybody, but Chico stands out as pretty solid kind of mofo.
That's right. And he's tall too. He's like right to here on me.
Solid 5'4". 125
yes,
pounds.
Somebody shorter than me on YouTube. Yes. I did that what is that? What are those things called?
What the fuck?
Did he? He's still driving, I bet. Old Chico. He's a 650. Bumping him up right there, baby. I need to make some ammo, actually. One of these days soon. It's time to start making ammo. The PO7 and Dirty South Black Edition. That's what it was. I loved it. That's good shit. Rick is taller than all the Georgia reloader guys. Must be the water down there in Georgia.
Yeah. Short people water.
I tell you what, being short's better than being tall, though. Like
it is, man. I bet you don't hit your head very often.
I don't hit my head ever. Bald and Curious was giving me shit about my being able to walk under my bikes and my I put those bike pulley things up in the shed there. Man, those things work good for $9 if you haven't seen that video. Awesome.
When are you going to cut the extra
right there?
When are you going to cut the extra 45 feet of rope off that you'll never need?
I know. Well, that's what my son's like. Can we get rid of the rest of this rope? And I'm like, maybe later. I'm
like 3 feet extra is probably plenty. Or actually, when you lower the bike, you won't be able to reach it, will you?
You need 8 feet. Probably that's 16. Yeah, you probably only need like 20 feet of that shit. Bad Billy's got the Detroit edition of the PO7. We got a competition going on. Going to start making 300 blackout soon. Well, Southern Style 357, WTF SoCal's got a great way to make the old.
That's a really expensive way to start, but it's definitely the fastest, best way to do it for certain.
Yeah, I do fit better in plain seats than old Bald and Curious. He is a big, tall gorilla, son of a bitch. There's Big Al. Yeah, the thanks, Skin Insight. This one's on you. Appreciate it. He got some snow too. He got the same shit we did, I think. I heard him talking on something. Just wet.
Saw an Instagram video, or not video, but picture from him driving up some road with snow everywhere. Very snowy.
You've been proud of me today. So I told my son, I'm like, I put this big tarp over my truck just to make it easier to pull the snow off later. And I locked the hubs and did some four-wheeling down the driveway to kind of knock the snow down and shit. And then we went through the pasture area and just did some wheeling. It was fun as hell. My son was having a good time. He's like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm like, it's all awesome unless we get stuck. Then it sucks ass. But yeah.
Hey, Southern style. 300 blackout brass is ridiculously expensive. Send me. Oh, you can't send PMs anymore. That's gay. Okay. Oh, I apologize. That was not very politically correct. I didn't really mean that's gay. Like gay's bad, but just covering my base right there. Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email at WTFSocal@Cox, COX, not COCKS, COX.net, and I'll hook you up. I'll give you a way better price than anybody will.
Yeah, you was apologizing for saying something about gay people, and then your email address is Cox.
I can't help that, man. I'm trapped, man. It is what it is. Cox for us. Everybody loves Cox. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm a good Richard.
In fact, if anybody wants some 300 blackout, just shoot me an email at that address, and I can make them at will.
He's got the machines.
Literally, it takes me 2 seconds to build one, completely sized, ready to go. All you got to do is clean it.
Okay. That's true. Yeah, because if you start trying to make it all yourself, it's a pain in the ass. And you guys know where I can get some 204 Ruger brass? That I don't know. Sorry, Richard.
Big Al says SoCal's barred from hosting the Oscars.
That's cool. They wouldn't like what I had to say anyway. Isn't Trump awesome?
Yeah, best president ever.
Like crickets out in the audience.
Oh, you libtard son.
Then they start throwing shit at me.
What's up, motherfuckers?
That's right. How many of you guys? I know a lot of you. So a good buddy of ours, X-Ring, he loads like just a little batch for his competition. I like to load big batches, so I don't have to mess with it for a while. What do you guys like to do? You like to load a bunch and kind of just have it ready, or you like to just make a little bit and go shoot it?
No, if I sit down to load ammo, I'll load a shit ton of it, because I don't really enjoy loading ammo. I hate to say that, but when I get in the mood to it, I load a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm here for a couple hours.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's an addictive thing. It's like, okay, I got to set it up for 40 cal. But once you get started and that bin starts filling up, you're like, all right, I'm going to make some more.
Exactly.
It's filling up. I want to do some more. Empty this into a bag, put that brand new, and dump some more primers. We're doing some more. And then the more you do, the faster you get. And all of a sudden you're like, God, good Lord, I got a lot of bullets.
That's exactly how it goes.
What happens to me is like nothing will match up perfect. So like I'll either have bullets in the tray or more primers left, like one of the two. So I'm like, well, fuck, I got a bunch of bullets here. I might as well just fill another tube full of that. Then I'll get halfway through the primers and then I'll run out of bullets. So I'll throw more bullets on there.
Woohoo!
And I'm like,
and wine night.
I'm like, shit, I just made 500 rounds. Good Lord.
I thought I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh, you're not going to ruin this chat.
Hey, you know what is actually what I have been really enjoying chasing my long range habit is doing onesie twosie crazy precision ammo that's like micro specced out to the ridiculous nth degree. One, like literally making one cartridge at a time, completely handmade. Every single one is identical to the other. It takes a lot of the Why did I miss out of it? It's because I missed. The bullet wasn't wrong. It wasn't the wind. It wasn't the gun. It was me. Because everything else is exactly the same as it was the last shot.
Yeah, I think we could probably all say that about us. It's me most of the time. But yeah, you got a lot of good people out here talking about. They like building them in batches, big batches, because it's kind of like, you know, when you buy ammo and you're looking for the same number kind of deal, lot numbers. Good stuff there, 357. Bald and Curious. Just waiting on bullets. I know I need to make a big order. I think I'm going to start shooting a lot more 9 now. My magic.
Yeah, that black magic silly gun you got. That thing's sexy.
It sucks because I got that Vitavori. I bought like 10 pounds of that shit. So that's only really good for the 40. Or it's magical for the 40, I should say.
It probably work for the 9.
Yeah, it'll work. I don't know. I need to start shooting again.
Yeah, it'll work nicely for the 9 as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, powders are just in a general, in my experience, you know, they work here to here, and then you step up and they work here to here. But anything that would work from 9mm to 45, if it works good for a 9, it'll probably work good for a 45 or 40, and anywhere in between. I mean, they're not that specific. Powders are not that specific.
I need to get a chrono. I need to get a chrono because all the reloading I do is not chrono. It's basically going, yeah, that's about right.
I did that for years, even without a scale.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, Bald and Curious, buying like, I don't know, 60,000 bullets. You figure between you and Pops, shit, Pops shoots 50,000 rounds a year by himself. I wouldn't mind doing that. Do it right before the farm when we're all together. We actually did that. Coda Boy, myself, and Pops Quest. We did a load of shotgun slugs because slugs, you know, you got to have them for the competition, but you really don't shoot that many. But he had a score deal, so we bought a bunch. Pixie Wings. Big L. Sparrow is your 6. Pixie Wings? What the hell, Pixie Wings? I'm lost. Damn you all.
Well, I know if I ever do a 3-gun competition with y'all, I can't keep up with what round I'm shooting. If I ever do a 3-gun competition, I'm shooting shot at everything, and I'll just take the damn penalty. Because there's no way, like, oh, I got to shoot a slug at this one. Oh, I got to shoot fucking buckshot at this one. Oh, wait a minute, I got to shoot a slug at this one. There's no way in hell I can keep up with that. I'm just going to shoot shot at everything. All right, 30-second penalty, whatever.
You're all sorry, I don't care. Whatever.
I'm not that coordinated. And SoCal knows I can't even count and do a video, much less. No, well, you can't add and do a video. You can count, you can't add. Yeah, your math sucks while you're talking or eating. I don't know if it's whether you're eating or you're talking or if just the camera in general messes up your calculation.
It does. I can't do it.
But you're 2 for 2 on fucked math.
Well, at least I'm consistent.
Yeah, that's solid. That's good in itself, right? Consistency is half the battle.
We got that N320, guys. I don't know if you ever saw Pop's video. Man, we scored. It was like less than freaking Tight Group. It was like $28 a pound or something. And compared to like 40 something. So,
yeah, I jumped on that bandwagon too.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, because usually that stuff's like $45.
Yeah, I bought 4-pound jugs of it.
I did the 1-pounders. You know what sucks? I never sent in my freaking
I didn't know there was a rebate on it. I was like, damn. I don't
Yeah,
remember who I bought
yeah,
it
I
from.
was already excited. And then there was a $5 off for every can or some shit. I was like, good Lord, that's a savings, but I never sent it in. So I still saved a shit ton of money on it,
But did you stay at a Holiday Inn?
I did, and the lights were on. Or was that the wrong place?
No, that's a different place. I think that's Howard Johnson's.
Explain the hole as ventilation.
Ring.
Yeah, see, Chico knows about the rebate.
Anybody out there
Big gatekeeper.
in the side chat familiar on a intimate level with reloading 6.5 Grendel? I have not yet actually. Yeah, okay. I was like, did I even buy dies yet? Yeah, I did. I got to get down that road because the stuff I was shooting out of my gun, the last video I did was, granted that the barrel still has just shy of 100 rounds through it. So it's not even broken in yet, really. But for the most part, they were all over the place. And I know I was doing my part for the most part. They should have been a little tighter than that, but I love building stupid accurate stuff. It's so fun, like I said. So if anybody has a super awesome recipe using either IMR 8208 XBR or the CFE 223, let me know what your recipe is. I also have a pretty good pile of H335 and 320 or 322. That's supposed to be pretty good. And I've even seen people use, I was reading Sniper's Hide forums today, people are using that Winchester 748, which is kind of small bore rifle powder. So if anybody out there,
John, I heard if you just scoop it up and then
scoop
wipe
it up.
the top off like that, just do that. That's usually about good.
Oh, all right. I have not tried that method yet. Maybe I'll give it a go.
Actually, I don't know how true it is today, but back in the day when I got into reloading, whatever powder makes it slightly compressed is usually the most consistent.
Yeah, definitely, because it takes all the airspace out, especially with pistol.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the pistol powder nowadays, it's like, I don't know, way more reactive, for lack of a better word. But the bigger the kernel, so to speak, I mean, it still weighs about the same. It just takes up more airspace because it doesn't stack all that nicely, comparative to like there's vocabulary loss again. You have extruded powders, and then you have the round, flake type powders, and then you got another type of powder that is completely evading me. But the extruded powders seem to fill up that gap way best, comparative to most. And yeah, agreed.
I know they was I used to use fuck, I can't remember the name of it now, but anyhow, they had some powders that they definitely, I mean, they flat out told you in the little asterisk footnotes,
don't fuck up.
Yeah, well, that too, but the slightly compressed powders, the ones that they ended up being the most accurate for rifle.
Yeah. And there's an interesting. I think I bought somebody's book. I don't know who it is, but it's written by the guy. I can't think of his name. I know who it is, but I can't think of the guy's name. He's actually one of the ballisticians for Hornady, and he wrote a book on accurate reloading, like precision loading and ballistics. And he made a really solid point about the definition of both precision and accuracy, and the definitions and the differences between them. You should buy the book and check it out.
Yeah,
That's
the unknown.
We had this conversation once before.
I know. I could give away the damn answer. I had to spend $45 to get that fucking answer.
Let's just pretend this is the book. Right here it says on page 118, eat a bowl.
Eat a bowl. Pass it on.
Now, this is a good book. This is one old, if I scratch off the price, which this will give you an idea. Turner's $15.99.
Turner's. That means
Third
you bought
edition.
it out here. You bought it out here. Third edition. That book is old. At least
this is a great
15,
book.
20 years old.
It's got a lot of information, but a lot of the powders aren't in here. Anything new now. Now I got newer books, but I do like going back to this one because
I have to say you have to be careful using old data because even let's just say it's bullseye or unique or whatever, a book that was written 20 years ago, if you use that same data, it don't get the same results because it changed that much.
Yeah, the powder's different.
Yeah. Even though it's the same powder,
same name is different.
Blow up a gun.
I have newer books. That's just my old guy.
Yeah, the same name of a powder is just completely different makeup nowadays. They have new chemicals to play with, and
it's not even so much that. Like if you go
production levels.
You will have trouble finding like tight group or. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, even the old data, if you look at 1985 data on bullseye, and then you look at it today, it's different.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
because I've used old data and shot a gun, and it literally like one time, I got the chronograph out. Use old loading data. I mean, I followed it to the grain, and I shot a 230 grain bullet out of a 1911, and it was 1,100 feet per second. It was supposed to be 850.
Boom!
I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like, what's holding this slide on again? Why did this not come back and crush my skull?
That's giddy up right there.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you got to try to use the latest data you can because the old data don't always work. I mean, you shoot a 230 grain projectile out of a 1911 at 1,100 feet per second, that bitch is hauling ass, and you feel it in your hands.
Yeah, this stuff's better or more good. I'll use that as my more good or for like specs on different rounds. Yeah,
Hornady is a great resource, but they don't offer anything online. So you're basically forced to buy their book. I think Sierra is the same way. Spear is the same way. But if you go to like a lot of the powder manufacturers themselves, they have low data.
Yeah, I go to Hodgdon a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like the way they have their setup.
They actually own most of the powders, I think. You think they're different manufacturers, but no, they're not.
Yeah, there's only like 3 manufacturers. There's a Hodgdon, which owns IMR, and then there's like Alliant, which is Tight Group, Unique, all those whatever numbers 1 through 27 or whatever it is. Hodgdon 1, Hodgdon 2, Hodgdon 3, or not Hodgdon. Shooter, I think they call it Shooter or some. I don't know. And then there's all the weird oddball like Australian and Swedish stuff, and that's like it.
You got Papa's Place and Tread, and Richard Tibbetts saying that they're more conservative in the books now because of lawsuits.
Yeah, and Nick Hops just showed up.
Nick, Hops is in the
Mr. Nick Hops.
Well, he's a Terminator. He's tied into the grid.
He is. Sarah Connor. Come with me if you want to live. Nick Hops, guys, if you're not familiar with Nick Hops, met him in person, shoots like a son bitch. He's good. Damn fast, too.
That's what I'm telling you. He's a fucking Terminator. He's not a man. He's a fucking robot. That's what I'm saying. He's a robot.
He's not even a robot. He's a cyborg.
Yeah.
Shooter World Powder. Have you guys heard of that? I haven't heard of that. Tread was saying that.
I'll be right back.
Hey, there's the other hop. It's the hop and the hops. There's Dad, Pops, Hops. I call them Pops. I guess we already got a Pops. Not that Pops. All of my friends' dads I call Pops. Thanks for showing up, gentlemen. Shooter's World Powder Tread. Huh. I haven't tried that stuff.
No, I hadn't even heard of it.
Oh, I haven't either. I used to like that. That I got a box right here. A box of it. I freaking can't. I used to like this ram shot stuff. That was the first stuff I ever used. And then I moved on to tight group.
I started with Winchester 231.
Me too.
All the powders I've used, I kind of go back to Winchester 231. It's just one of my favorite powders. Or HP 38, which is the same identical freaking powder.
Yep. Yeah, that's the very first powder I ever used.
Yeah, see? Yeah, you're good, kid.
You got it? You say? Okay. No, that's the very first pistol powder I ever used. I was building 9mm and 45s out of that, and then I discovered universal clays.
Yeah,
you can use it in your shotgun or you can use it in your 45. It's both awesome.
Yeah, see, I was a big bullseye red dot guy because I loaded a shit tons of shotgun stuff. But I've never used it for anything other than shotgun.
Actually, any shotgun powder is a pistol powder.
I'm sure it is.
Fast. It's stupid fast.
Yeah.
It's dirty as hell, though.
Within range, you got to use it for what it's intended for. But about any pistol powder is actually shotgun powder.
JH586 is out there. Hello. I'd like to say hi to everybody coming in. How long have we been yapping for, gents?
A little bit. I have no idea. I've been on here for an hour and like 15 minutes at least.
I'm at 3.5 T's right now. So whatever that is.
I'm at 2.1 scotches.
That means a couple of hours. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I love CFE 223. I like it a lot.
I've never used it. I have a jug of it, but I've always used
this one's empty.
Now I'm getting phone calls and stuff.
I got a 5 pound of it, or is it 4? No, it's 8 pound. I got 8 pound and then this one. $28. Good Lord. That shit works good.
Yeah, I've always used a Varget with my rifle ammo for the most part, at least 308 and 223.
The Varget?
But yeah, I boat loads of Varget.
I have one Varget that was made. I think it's for my 308 that I never even loaded up yet. No, this is for 223. Oh yeah, and 308.
You got good practice. You got some
too
1050 time.
It was too long for 5.56.
No, that's ridiculous.
No, this ain't the stuff. Oh, it's the 4. This shit is what I. This I think it's this stuff. The IMR 4064. Is this what I bought it for? I don't know. There was long spherical. Is that right? Is that a word?
Something.
No, that's the same looking shit. That ain't it either. I have some powder that is a pain in the ass to load in a 223. I can't
I admit I can't count and do a video. Rick can't load and figure out what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, if you turn a camera on, Rick will fail at reloading.
Hey, the only one I know so far is Coda Boy. He's the one that can't load.
No, he destroys reloaders.
Yeah. Oh my God. I wish somebody would have got that shit recorded on him using a Dillon press, because I hate to give it away, but if there is one person in the world that can destroy a Dillon press, Coda Boy 32. He can do it.
You ain't lying.
He didn't just destroy it, he ruined it.
That was hurtful to watch.
It was like listening to broken bones cracking. Like, just when he pulled that handle down, just it just sounded like bones snapping. I was like, oh
yeah, that was.
and then he come up and did it again.
Like, damn it!
That was brutal. That was like watching people club baby seals or something.
Yeah, he got a Dillon 650, but he doesn't know how to use it. He probably hasn't done a video on it because it's probably in pieces of.
Well, yeah, it's not a 650 anymore. It's more like a 375.
Yeah, give or take.
He should have pulled a pin on a grenade and threw it at it. It would have done less damage.
Yeah, like you said, TR, that would have been a beautiful video to have that we could have used. Like, I just remember going, he did not just do that. Hey, when shit doesn't work, like when it's jamming up, guys.
The thing that was really heartbreaking is Robbie's standing right next to him. Pop's Quest is right there with him, and he's like, ah! he saw him flinch, and like it's almost like somebody pulled a friggin' or stabbed him in the kidney with a fucking butcher knife. It was like, don't do that.
I don't know if it's unusable. Bad Billy's, he basically needs to just unmount it, send it to Dillon, they'll fix it for him, and send it back.
What he needs to do is put it on, send it to Dillon, let him fix it, sell that son of a bitch, and go back to single stage, because he does not deserve a fucking progressive press.
He's not ready yet.
He's not ready. He's not ready.
I've never seen anybody do that before. It's heartbreaking.
It had a lot to do with the primer, basically the feeding system for the primers.
I think that's where it started. But
well, yeah, now it's all sorts of shit. Who knows?
But the bottom line is you don't force it. If it don't work, figure it out. Don't. He is not up to. He might could shoot a gnat's ass at 1,000 yards, but he cannot use a progressive press.
Billy asked if Rob couldn't fix it.
Yeah,
Rob
knows 650. Rob knows the 650 damn well.
Yes.
But I'm going to be at his house right before New Year's, and I want to have a look at it just to figure out, just to see if I can see what's going wrong. Not to sell Robbie short, because I trust him, but I'm just curious. I got to see this decrepit, just dying robot to see if I can figure it out.
Some tea off.
I can guarantee you there's some warped up, bent up
Oh yeah.
Shit.
There's gonna be shit bent, twisted, barickled, schneiled, and bareened all over that machine. Nothing is gonna be straight on it, except for like maybe like the handle, and it might even have a bow in it too.
I wish everybody could have seen that. It would have made a good spoof video. How not to use a Dylan progressive press. You son of a bitch! Rah!
Yeah, that was tragic.
I'm sorry, KB. I still love you, but damn it, that was tragic.
No other way to describe it. It's tragic.
It was on a private chat for anybody watching. It wasn't live, and KB was having some issues with the press, and he just tried to force his way through it, and we were all cringing and crying watching him do it. That's all I got to say about that. It was funny, but tragic at the same time.
The situation was funny, but it's kind of like laughing at somebody getting hit by a bus. It's like, that sucks.
Whiskey strong pull. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was.
If it feels different, you know something's up. Yeah, but you got to know what it's supposed to feel like.
I have a spare parts kit, actually. I'm going to try to remember. They actually make spare parts kits for Dylans. You can buy that kit. It's well worth the money. I'm going to take mine with me out there. See if I can help that fucking bastard out.
I think you're going to need the little disc that holds the
spare parts kit is for shit that would normally break or wear out.
That's cool.
Not the shit that KB fucked up.
Yeah, I think you're going to need more than the parts kit.
Yeah, I'm almost guaranteed. It's cool, honey. I know his shell plate's warped. I'm just trying to think of all the things that go wrong. When you pull the handle down, there's a thing that actuates the thing that pushes the primer up. I'm positive that thing is destroyed.
Everything from here.
Well, he doesn't have a case feeder, so it's actually it's really just from the buffer down to the shell plate and then below the shell plate. Yeah, exactly. About right at the bottom of the table. Yeah.
The shell feeder contraption that he tried to come up with.
Yeah, that was
worth a video in itself.
His funnel.
Epic fail. Thanks, honey.
He tried to combine a lead loader.
Try.
Yeah,
that was
all right. He's not here to defend himself. Let's move on.
I know. I'm sorry, but that shit was funny. You had to admit it.
Oh, hell yeah, it was. Actually, I cringed more than I laughed. I was like, "Oh!"
We're all having fun at KB's expense. Hell, he's got like 40,000 subs. Fuck him.
He's well over 60,000 at this point.
Oh yeah, he's been rocking.
Oh, cheers, KB.
I know. If any of you guys in the external are out there and haven't subscribed to any of us, today would be a good day to do it because it's almost Christmas time. Yeah, that's a good reason, right?
You ever notice KB has never done a reloading? Oh, well, actually, he has done a bunch of reloading videos back in the day, like 2 years ago or something, but he doesn't do them anymore.
Well,
there's a reason for that. You know why he doesn't do it? Because he has no patience. I mean, I'm bad with patience. So I buy something, I want it right now. If I want to build something, I want it right now. If I want it to work, I want it right now. Look at the fucking stupid video I made a couple of weeks ago, crying like a woman because my little 6.5 Grando wouldn't work right. But we finally got it working. But at least I didn't
throw it on the ground and step on it.
I didn't run over with my Jeep or anything because I was angry at it. I fixed the problem.
That's what you should have done. You should have hooked that thing to a rope on the back of your Jeep and drove around Orange County.
Yeah, tracked it all over town. Now it'll work. Damn it.
Take that, stupid Grindle.
I have seen somebody do that with a high point and send it back, and they actually replaced it.
I seen a Glock drug behind the road once. Yep, warranty is unmatched. Yes, it is. No BS should say no Coda Boy warranty on it. You can do whatever you want. You can even be like Coda Boy.
That was a live video. Thank God he didn't record that and put it on.
I know.
That was just a live chat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God that's not in public. Whew.
They probably have 6 million subscribers doing shit like that.
He started a new channel called Breaking Dylan.
Code proof. There you go. Insight Freedom got it. Code proof. I like it. They are great machines, though. I'll tell you what.
Well, I got 2 of them, and I'm telling you, they work great. I hadn't stepped up to the level you guys have, but my Square Deal B and my 550, they work just great, and I love them both.
I sold my Deal Square B to a buddy of mine so he could get into reloading. He's like, "Thank you so much. I'm saving tons of money."
A little Square Deal is a great little press. If
you're gonna do just pistol ammo, I don't think you can beat it.
Yeah,
it's easy, it's cheap, and it kicks ass.
It's fast.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking up in the wall where it used to hang, and I'm kind of sad it's not there now. But I got to help somebody else out, so that was cool.
Chico was like, "Hey, any of you Dylan guys, or any of your Dylans, a hungry beast like mine?" Of course they are. All they want to be is fed. They don't stop eating. They have their appetite is endless. All you have to remember: every 10,000 rounds, you disassemble the entire machine. Not the entire machine. Take the shell plate off. Clean everything. That if there's a place where you need to put lubricant, clean it all off and then add lubricant. They have those little, what do they call the nipples where you attach the grease gun thing? The Zerks fittings. You got to feed them a little bit of grease every now and then, and they will run forever. I've had my 1050s now for 7 years now, and they run like tops when Rick's not around.
I've had my Square Deal B for going on 30 years, and yeah, a little. And when I don't even disassemble them. I might shoot a little lube on them here and there.
Whoa!
And
go ahead.
Dude, what are you thinking about, Rick?
How many tens of thousands of rounds that little Square Deal B is loaded, and that motherfucker is still going strong. It don't miss a lick.
See, and when I bought this one, I told myself every time I do 100 rounds, I'm checking it off the list. I got my little deal here with all my different rounds I've made, trying to keep track, because I want to say one day I've made exactly 200,000 rounds or whatever the number is. But so I've been being really good at. I get done with 100 primers, click, I'll hit the little check mark on those things.
Well, see, my little Square Deal B, I've loaned out to my buddy several times because he'll get, he'll build up some brass and stuff, and he'll borrow it from me. He hadn't done it in a while, but several times. I mean, I don't know how many rounds he loaded. Where he loaded 1,000 rounds, 2,000 rounds. He would load up every fucking case he had, and then he would call me and say, "Okay, I'm done," and give it back to me. So, and this is over the course of 30 years. I'd load up rounds when I needed them. I would let him borrow it. He would load up everything he has. I mean, if it has not done 100,000 rounds, it's got to be close to it.
Oh, I'm sure it has. That one deal square B I had, I made quite a few. I don't know how much. That's why I was like, I want to. When I get this machine, I'm gonna check it every time I do 100.
Yeah.
And so, 20 years from now, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tread said something. What did he say? 1050 warranty is up, though. That is the only thing I don't like about that price. You get a hold of people at Dillon, and if you actually need a part, and you describe to a problem that you're having, and they decide that you probably need to replace something, at least it's been my experience, at least 50% of the time they will send you shit for free, regardless of what machine you're putting it on, just because they're so good at standing by their product. And I think the reason for that is the majority of the companies that make reloading presses also have basically the same warranty, and they're all in competition together. So they're trying to make it financially appropriate or comfortable or whatever you want to call it. So don't let a 1050 scare you off.
And they have great calendars.
Here's that.
Well, any of the reloading companies, and we've talked about this before on different chats, you can call them and tell them you fucking broke it, and they'll still send you the shit for free.
Yep.
I've done that with RCBS. It's like, look, I didn't have this adjusted right, and I broke this. I need a new part. What does that cost? It don't cost you anything. What's your address? And we'll send you another one. And I'm like, no, I broke it. I didn't. They're like, we don't care. We'll send you another one. I mean, period.
Well, what's cool about this? So SoCal sent me this calendar last January or whatever.
So hot.
With a cool little note. But what's cool about it is I write down every time I shoot, I go shooting, or and so it's kind of cool because I can go back to the year and go, okay, I went to X amount of 3 guns, I did X amount of IDPAs, I loaded X amount of this. So it's kind of cool. So it's what's hot is that? But anyways.
Yeah.
And then there's Christmas time, of course.
Amen.
So I need to order a new calendar because the year is up.
Robbie's turn this year.
Is Robbie doing it?
We'll see.
Let's see. Yeah, I think some of the guys are talking about the 1050 and the warranty is a little bit different. This 650 and down is a no BS warranty, but at the end of the day, Dillon's going to back their product.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my point. If you're not using it in a industrial kind of facility, 1050 really is an industrial machine that was meant to actually set up as an automatic ammo maker. People stick motors on them and servos and checkers and whatnot, fail-safe items, whatever, and just flip a switch and just let them build ammo all day long. For that, they probably wouldn't do anything for you to help you. But if you're just Joe Blow, just making some ammo to go to a match or whatever, yeah, I've noticed that depending on who you get on the phone, and if you know what you're talking about and you can talk the talk and kind of describe what the problem is, they're usually really cool. They just want to get you off the phone. They'll send you whatever they want.
They're like, okay, here, I'm shipping it to your door. It is awesome, though. I screwed up a die for a 223, which I learned the hard way that the reason why there's that pin there and threads above it is you just push the shell in down instead of trying to pry it with pliers and screwdrivers and shit. And the guy's all, hey, I'll send you a new one. Just mail that one back. And I'm like, just send me one and charge me for it so I can finish these bullets up, and I'll send it back later. So I still got to do that, but I definitely love those guys help you. They're like, okay, tell me what's wrong with it. And you're like, okay, this thingamajiggy is not working.
Yeah, they don't like that. You need to learn the lingo, vocabulary, you know.
Well,
read
I'm
the
just saying,
manual
the
before you actually
thingamajiggy is
call
whatever
them.
is broken. So if it works out good. Tread's got 3 550s, so that's pretty badass.
Yeah, I mean, of all the loaders out there, and you know, and I haven't used a Hornady. I would say Hornady is the closest competition. If you want to go progressive, it's Dillon or Hornady is the only two manufacturers out there that I see that's even close to making really good loaders. And I hadn't used a Hornady, but just going by what I've seen and heard, they make a pretty good one too. But other than that, it's single stage. Maybe what's the other one where you turret press?
Turret presses, yeah.
Yeah, there's some good ones there. But if you want to go progressive, Hornady or Dillon is the only two that I've seen that's held a candle to anything.
There's another company called MECH, like MECH.
Yeah. Well,
that's like the next level up from Dillon, but they offer literally no warranty. You break the shit, you replace it. That's because you fucked it up. But these things are stupid, dude. They have like 12 station shell plates and tool heads, and the machine is like 3 times more than a Dillon 1050, but they're specifically made for ammo manufacturers.
Okay,
they do some sick stuff. You can completely automate it. It will do shell trimming or case trimming, load a primer, dump the powder, and everything else, load bullets. All I have to do is just flip a switch and just kind of sit back and listen for an alarm to go off.
I have a mech shotgun deal, but that's it. I think it's like it's a progressive. Well, it's not progressive. It has a shell plate, and you just rotate it around.
I may be wrong on the manufacturer. MECH was the first thing that came to mind, but it's I think it's a four-letter name, but it's crazy. It looks like some kind of crazy robot.
Huh. You can do it.
Well, that's all I can do to afford to supply my 550. So I don't need all that shit. See.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you get to a point where you're like, do I really need this shit? Like, I knew I didn't really need a 1050. I knew I wanted a 650, and that would load enough for what I wanted to do. And after looking at how much stuff costs, like the conversion kits and that kind of stuff, I'm like, because I was looking at the 40, the 9, and the 223 right off the get-go. That's what I ordered. And I'm like, okay, for those 3 conversion kits, it would be X versus Y. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go with the 650. That's way more than I need. Alabama 2AS, thanks for showing up. And there was one other person that just showed up. HNRE 42. Thanks for showing up. We're just having fun. We went from storm talking to reloading like that. I think we said Glock a couple times, CZ a couple times, and we've been talking reloading.
Yeah, the bonus of the 1050, you're ultra lazy like I am and want to just break it down into the easiest format you can, especially if you're reloading any kind of a NATO brass. That second stage, the swaging stage on the 1050, especially if you're buying, once used Lake City brass, completely invaluable. It's a huge time saver. Huge. Huge. Did I say huge? I meant huge.
Echo and the Bunny Man. Thanks for showing up.
All right, guys. I'm getting a little wore out.
I hear you. I'm on T. This is T5. And if you don't believe me, of course, you probably see me drink them all. So it is time to get saddled up and get all the stuff put away and all that fun stuff.
I gotta go start a fire.
I don't, Bad Billy. I gotta buy. I use where the hell is it? I use a little tool. I think it's a RCBS or something. Oh, it's right here. It's right there. There. That's my swaging tool. I wish I had the Dylan though. If I would have done
say it right, you finally say it right now. You're all about swagging or swagging.
I use the Dylan swager.
Man, that made me nuts.
That's how I swaging. I swaging my swager.
I bet you do, baby.
See, Tattoo Dragon knows his tea. He knows that's good tea. Good Lord, that's good tea.
Good Lord, that's some tasty tea.
Good Lord, it's so sweetness. I wish I did have the Dylan though. Over that. I think it's I don't know what it is. RCBS, I think.
The Dylan 600 swager isn't any different than that. Just the handle moves in a different direction. That's all.
Well, no, but you can add that little spring and bing, bing, bing.
You could figure out a way to make that kind of semi-automatic as well. You just need to just think about it for a bit. You can do magic with springs and a couple of tap drill holes, man.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it. Ain't nobody got time for it. Say hello to Miss SoCal.
Am I supposed to do that right now? Yeah. Hello, Mrs. SoCal. Mr. Insight Freedom.
Hello?
She said hello. There you go.
There you go. That just happened.
There you go.
Yeah, Tread's probably right. There is probably some video on how to make that thing do its magic. All right, gentlemen, Echo and the Bunny Man and everybody else out there. Appreciate you guys showing up. Tony said, hey, Patty. I had a good time. I'm sure you guys did as well. I appreciate it. So what do you guys, if you got an outro, say your outro.
I'm eating dinner.
All right, that's it. All right, good night, everybody. Have a great night. And we'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay warm, and
stay Dylan.
Stay Dylan. Blue Kool-Aid. Night, everybody. Night, Robin Jones, RC Chops. All right, you guys. Have a good one.